Hi, David from Guitarist here. Today we are looking at the Orange OR30, which is a sort of upscaled version of the OR15, 15 being 15 watts, 30 being 30 watts, that's 15 more in it. So it's a nice little amp. It's very, very heavy, but it's a nice little amp. And it has the usual orange hieroglyphics on here, which you're either used to and like, or you're not used to and can't find your way around at all. We have all had moments like that. But going along the preamp controls here, we've got off and on, which we all know what that does. Warm up and play is basically a standby switch. We have a fist here, which is basically a presence control. This is slightly different in as much as you've got a foot switchable control here where you can switch from a rhythm sound to a lead sound. We're not going to engage that today because we're going to demonstrate both anyway, so it seemed unnecessary. This is the other volume control. Then you've got a simple three-way EQ, which is treble, middle and bass. Then you have a gain control and a three-way brightness switch, which according to our review in the magazine is ingenious. We will come to that in a moment. You can either have this at its full throttle, which is pretty loud, we assure you, or you can have it on bedroom setting. Orange called that either bedroom or headroom, which is very clever and easily remembered. We've also got a effects loop on the back as well, and it unfortunately doesn't have a direct out, which we did mention in the review, but hey, you can't have everything. At the moment we're putting it through an orange cab, which obviously is dead suited to this particular amplifier. So I'll give you a little bit of an example of what we've got here. At the moment, everything is pretty much set to 12 o'clock, apart from the presence. And what we've got so far is a pretty meaty pretty nice. The Orange say that this is really a kind of a 70s sound. If you wind it up, it's as versatile as heck, but its basic sound is the sort of 70s, and it will handle everything from classic rock right up to whatever you want to pump into it. I mean, combine this with a few pedals and you've got something that'll do modern metal if you need it. But we're looking at the basic amp, so let's have a look at the controls. The presence control, if I just put one chord through it, tends to come alive when you've got it just past the 12 o'clock. I like it about there. That's just past 12. We're ignoring that because that's where you set the foot pedal. Straight on to the channel volume. Obviously, nothing to something to quite a lot of something as well. We've got it set around midway, which is a nice Treble control speaks for itself. Very effective controls on this. You can dial in virtually any sound you want. Let's take the middle out. So you've got that scooped sound. Let's put it back in. Turn it up. Bass control, again, pretty much straightforward. What's nice is it's taken the bass out, but it hasn't made the amp sound tinny at all. So that, in other words, the controls have been sort of sculpted, if you like, to actually fit the amp quite nicely. Let's take it back to the middle again. Pushing it up. Which, again, it's difficult to get a bad sound out of this amp, I've got to say. This is your gain control, which, as I say, we've got it set at midnight, as it were. So let's turn it right. We've got nothing. Halfway up, all the way up. It's going to be loud. You couldn't complain about that level of sustain. I mean, that will do you for all your rock moment. I think it's probably time we heard a few more sound bites.